Welcome back. Arizona Highways magazine shows us some amazing scenes from around the state. And in the winter, those pictures are even more picturesque.
Yeah, like on the front of like a greeting card or something.
Exactly.
Amazing. Editor-in-Chief Robert Stieve is here to tell us about the next issue of the magazine set to come out. And Robert, actually some of these places, as we said at the beginning, could be places you can take people from out of town or, you know, to show them the beautiful scenes that we have, even in the winter in Arizona.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, most of the things we showcase are accessible by, you know, just an average sedan. You can drive up, take a look and walk around. Some you need to get off the, you know, trail a little bit and do a little exploring. But for the most part, it's right out there. And, you know, we were talking off camera about how many people have, you know, never been to the Grand Canyon and all these things that are so beautiful in our state. So we try to showcase them in the magazine. And as you pointed out, it's even a little prettier in the winter with a little dusting of snow.
And while we were first talking, we did get a sneak peek at the Oak Creek Canyon, but we're going to get a look at the Spencer Canyon.
Yeah, this is right down here in your neck of the woods. This is up in the Santa Catalina Mountains. One of our longtime contributors, Randy Prentice, who lives down here in Tucson, took this photograph. And you know, Randy's not somebody, you know, who necessarily goes way off the beaten path. So you can rest assured this one's not too far from the road. So, but that's just a sample of what's out there.
That's really beautiful. And now our next picture is Sitgreaves.
Yeah, this is up on the other end of the state, Sitgreaves Mountain, which is up in the Flagstaff area. This photograph was actually made from up on the San Francisco peaks, which are the more familiar mountains up there where the Snowball Ski Resort is and other things. But when you're up there and you look to the west, you see this viewpoint. And if you're fortunate enough to have the right light and the dusting of snow, I was up there 2 weekends ago, and there's already snow up on the mountains, so you might actually see that.
That's so beautiful.
That's amazing to me, being from the Midwest, and I mean, you lived in the South for a little bit, so you kind of expect the snow over there, but like in the desert in Arizona?
Yeah, already, you know, snow up there, so get your boots out.
Yeah. Well, growing up in Arizona my whole life, I always tell everybody the reason I love Arizona so much is because if you want snow, you're only maybe like a 2-3 hour drive away from it. But if you want to stay in the city and enjoy the 80s, you can. So that's why Arizona is so amazing.
Well, just your drive up to Mount Lemmon, you go through about 4 or 5 different life zones in that short drive to the top. So we're lucky. Yeah, Arizona's got a lot of diversity, and you see it in this issue.
And the next one we're going to look at is the National Monument.
Yeah, this is Wupaki National Monument, also up in northern Arizona. Sonowan ruins, ancient Native Americans who lived up there. This is the remains of one of their homes, and obviously shot as the stars were starting to come out and the light was just beautiful. And again, that dusting of snow, which just makes it so beautiful. This one you could drive up to in a Mini or on a moped. Literally, there's a paved road that takes you right to this spot. So to our earlier conversation, easy to get to.
You might not want to do that in the snow, though.
No,
it might be a little cold. Don't moped it in the snow.
It makes it more of an adventure.
Right.
You know, don't knock it till you try it.
Wear your helmet, everyone. Wear your helmet.
That's true.
Yeah, and you did say that, you know, summer's so close. We have actually one that's Tucson.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, this is rare. We don't see this very often, you know, getting snow in the desert like this shot, but this is in Tucson Mountain Park. You know, you're blessed to live in Tucson and have all that beautiful desert, you know, right out your back door. And of course, you know, when it snows, we all get excited.
Yeah, it is. We're always
like, whoa, weather.
Yeah. We had a season for like
That's
a
right,
day.
20 seconds. Yeah, there she came and went. But,
yeah.
But yeah, there's all, and this is our December issue. So what we do in this issue, which is a little different, we sort of open it up. We take the front and the back stuff that's normally in there, the departments, and it's mostly all photos. We also showcase a few old stories from the 40s and 50s in here from our December issues. So,
and this is the Oak Creek Canyon that we saw at the beginning of our segment. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Yeah,
you know, Oak Creek Canyon, I don't know if you remember earlier this summer when the slide fire was burning up there. Oak Creek Canyon is what got blasted. I've hiked in there since the fire, and I'm happy to say the damage wasn't terrible. It's still beautiful, and again, you to your earlier point, you can drive on anything through there, easy to get to.
It is. So I suggest everyone pick this up if you have guests coming in from out of town.
Yes.
Even if not, pick this up and use this kind of as like your coffee table book. You know, as guests are in and kind of like talking and mulling around, you know, during the holidays, waiting for the turkey. This is a great, you know, thing for them to pick up and flip through.
Yeah, you know, our mission is to dispel the myths about Arizona that it's just, you know, scorpions and sand dunes, and this issue does a good job of doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we look forward to it and look forward to the rest of the winter season.
Yeah.
For the beautiful, picturesque pictures of winter. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, have a good Thanksgiving. Thanks
You
for
as
having
well.
me.
Thanks,
Happy
Robert.
holidays. Subscribe to Arizona Highways Magazine by calling 800-543-5432. That's 800-543-5432, or going online to arizonahighways.com.